I got this Louisiana grill from a buddy of mine, and it needs a couple little things to work, and they're pretty expensive. They're like $700, something like that. So I figured I'd fix this one up. Needs a couple of things. Needs this plate. You can see there's like a hook here that plate hooks onto, and it kind of comes across to here, and it needs to be tapered from one side to the other so that the grease drips down into there. And then down underneath here, pick this one up, that's where the igniter sticks out. So pellets roll out of this spot up here and fall down into that tray, and there's an igniter that sticks out there, heats up, and lights the pellets. Hopefully this comes off without all the pellets falling out. Here. Okay. I think we'll just let that. Oh, well, I guess those wires will be unhooked. Okay, so when we look down in here, you can see the igniter. These wires for it are broken. Well, I see some taped up wires, so I'm going to assume these wires that are taped up in here are what we are after. I think those are our wires. This is the new igniter I got from Amazon. So the plug on this is going to be a little different, so maybe we need to chop the end off. Cut that off. Use our strippers. Yeah, didn't go too bad. Sometimes that fabric insulation on the wire can be a real pain in the butt. I'll put one here. Alright. Pretty easy. Just pops right out. It doesn't fit real tight or anything. One. And the other. Hook our fan back up. There's two. And this just kind of hangs back on. Oh. No idea how many lights I lose. Now let's get on to the fun stuff, metal fabrication. This is what we're going to build the grease tray out of. So 16 gauge, looks like. So we'll cut a plate and put a couple of bends in it. I think we need to put some holes through it too to allow the heat to come up. So looking kind of at what should be in there, looks like this. So maybe we'll put some bends back up to be a grease channel, and a few slits in it to let some heat through. And I think you can flip that thing around. That's why there's a small slot on each end here. Alright, let's kind of lay this out a little bit. 20 inches. Work off this edge over here. 20 inches. Maybe right about here. Another 20-inch mark here. I think we're actually going to do 15 inches so we can put a little lip on each side. That's pretty good. Half an inch on each side. And it's going to be our little grease channel, make everything flow. Half inch here. Do our next set of bends at 4 inches in. I think that'll be good. 4 inches, 4 inches. Bend. Oh, here's the other thing we got to think about. This we want to bend up. This we want to bend down. So we'll have to transfer this probably. Better go measure the press brake real quick and see if we can put 20 inches in. Well, we were planning on 20, but I think we're gonna go to 18 because that's as big as my press brake will take. Just measured the inside of the barbecue again, and it'll take 18, so no problem. So we're just gonna shorten this up. 18. So this is a cut. This is a bend down, bend down. This is bend up. This is a cut, bend up, cut. Okay, laid out. That down. Straighten this corner out here. Alright, so we need to transfer these lines to the other side so we can bend it the other way. And obviously this doesn't need to be perfect, so I'm going pretty quick. Because it's a barbecue. I built this quite a while ago and it works okay. Yeah, it's a little better. So I just lined the anvil, this part of the brake up on my line. Doesn't just spit it out. Yeah, it's not going to bend it. It's too close to the edge. So all it was doing was hitting the other side and pushing this out. So what I'll do is put it in a little bit further. See if that's enough. There we go. Now we got our grease rail. The other grease rail. That's pretty close. Now, the two bends. Flip it over. It's going to be hard to get through here. Alright, high-tech return system. more. Alright, here we go. Let's go test fit it. Let's test fit this thing. Perfect, look at that. Grease is going to run down, hit here, run down, and there's a little hole down there. So, there. We're spinning it around, we're going to get a notch on this one too. So we're going to notch both sides so it'll sit on that little cleat. And then one side, we're going to put a couple of slices through. I think I'll just use the plasma. That'll be the fastest. I don't have to clean them up or anything. We'll just cut these out, and then I'll use a straight edge, and I'll just do 2 passes, 2 passes, 2 passes on each cut. Go see if it works. Power to it now. There's power. The control board lights up, that's good. Fan kicked on, that's good. And then it turned off. Alright, so let's push the power button, see what happens. Anything? Nothing's happening. That's not a good sign. Blown fuse. Okay. This fuse is definitely blown. It's a 2 amp, 250 volt fuse. Alright, back to work. Picked up some fuses, hardware store. So, first things first, I'm just going to stick a fuse in it. See what happens. We got a couple of them to play with. So I'm gonna stick a fuse in here. We'll plug this guy back in. Set this guy in its little housing here. And we'll plug it in real fast. D50N. Grill. 235 degrees. The auger just ran and then it shut off. Take a look at the auger. This is the auger motor, right? Okay, so what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to replace that fuse one more time. I'm going to leave the auger unplugged. So the only accessory plugged in is going to be the new igniter. Fuse is in, auger's unplugged. I went through all that before. Alright, so I'm going to say the auger is probably what's causing our problem. So maybe it's just jammed up and then we can take it apart. That screws all the way out. Alright, here's the auger motor, and basically the Louisiana Grill's website, the FAQ, says if it pops the fuse, replace this. But I think maybe it just needs to be opened up and lubricated or something. Get it moving good. Let's just take it apart and see what's what. That way. It seems like that's turning. Alright, let's try that. It might be a little better. Yeah, okay. So, took all the screws out. I'm gonna go grab a file so I can clean this edge up. There it is. Alright, okay, so that turns that turns that. Yeah, it's all working. Oh, it's a gear reduction. Well, it looks like it's working in there. That all looks happy. Alright. Maybe all we really need to do is clean all this up. It's not awesome looking in here. Slow speed. Just a little bit of Scotch-Brite. Looks a little better. Go back the other way. Let's do a rag with a little bit of cleaner on it. Stick that back in there. See what we can do to clean this all up. Close it out with that. Electronics cleaner. Put it back on there. And then this guy goes back on. Put these bolts back in. I'm going to stick the rest of these little Torx screws back in. Check those. Alright, so we need to hook this to 110 volts without shocking the crap out of myself. Alright, found a scrap piece of wire I had laying around. I'll live a little dangerously. I'm gonna strip these guys back and just shove them to the end of the extension cord. And I definitely think you should not do this. Hook these up, stuff these guys in here far enough to make connection. Let's see if it runs. Seems like it's running. It's definitely turning the shaft. So maybe all it needed was to be cleaned up. Let's go see if it pops the fuse still. Stick it in here. Okay, let's hook that back up to these guys here. And plug it back in. Nope, I actually saw it pop the fuse this time. Because the newer one says replace with a 5 amp fuse. This is a 2 amp fuse, that's what I took out of it. So maybe it's just not enough. I'm gonna go see if I can find the 5 amp. So I got some more fuses. They're not 5 amp, they're 7.5. That's what I could find. Worst that happens is we let the smoke out and it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, we just needed a little more robust fuse. Take a little handful of pellets, put them down in here, and we'll plug it in. Okay, get the cell phone camera out. Alright, so looks like it's starting up. Fan kicks on, that's good. See that one? That's good. So that thing gets hot. Oh, the auger's loaded now. Dropping some pellets. That's cool. Oh, I see it turning red. See it? It's turning red. That's working. That's exciting. Oh, we got smoke. We got smoke. Well, it looks like we got it fixed. I'm going to move this out of the shop a little further. There we go. It's working.